heading out. I think I might end up doing like a takeaway snippet. Just talking about how I do DoorDash a little better. So, I might do a little snippet about how I do DoorDash with how I advertise my business and make money at the same time. And this is just for that person whose situation calls for them still to be able to work. You still need to bring in some type of income. Pressure washing is not free in any way. There's only free word of mouth, but you still had to spend some money on your equipment and things like that. So I get it. Ooh. This baby sound nice. This is another one of the vehicles in the fleet. Senora, white girl with the big booty. She's been down. This is the Saab. She's been down for a while. Finally up and running again. She's part of the fleet because she has a 5.3 liter engine. She can pull a trailer even though she has a weak transmission. You can pull a trailer. So if you can pull a trailer, haul the family and everybody, you're considered a winner in the vehicles that we decided to keep and put back in the fleet. The truck is ultimately my number one vehicle for all the pressure washing stuff. I have the 4-gallon unit in the back, and I have a 7-gallon a minute soft wash system that uses a 12-volt battery to run the pump. My buffer tank is back there, and I also carry SH back there in drums. Right now I have 15-gallon drums in the back, but I wanted to upgrade to 55-gallon drums. I was told that I'm not allowed to carry more than 110 gallons of SH at a time. So that's why I was looking at the 255s to kind of make my life easier and try to consolidate some space on the back of the bed. So there's some design improvements that I'm looking into and that I'm going to be trying out during the winter. There's still people pressure washing, but my season is over. It's time for me to get down to maintenance and get on to other things that we have working on. We change gears in my family and how we operate. If one person needs to go this way and another person needs to go that way, we move accordingly so that we can make it work, because there's a bigger picture that we are trying to achieve together as a unit. And I know that statement is probably extremely broad and can be taken a lot of different ways, and probably some of those ways out of context. But that's okay. That's A-okay. Because it'll fit to you how it needs to. It'll relate if it needs to relate, because that relates to us and for what we need to do, and we do it quite well. So if I do say so myself. On our way to pick up some food. So I know a white girl. But I'm done with my pressure washing for the season. I'm gonna be doing some maintenance on the equipment, on the vehicles, making sure everything's in tip-top shape for the fall when it starts to. For the spring when we start to warm back up. I'm gonna have my flyers ready, my equipment good to go, and ready to hit the ground running extremely hard. And it comes and goes so fast. Right now this is the last month of the year, and we are 2 months, 60 days. 60 days from more hustle and bustle. It comes very quickly while you're living life. So I still need to continue on with all my other activities as well. I don't know how much of this will kind of go on the videos, as far as like if I'll cut stuff, throw it all up as a rant. I feel like I'm all over the place with my updates. When you see the truck, I also went on, I forgot who it was. I went to one of the online sites that has like decals for your car. Not like the magnets. You can do the magnets if you want, because for a while I was doing the magnets on my Camry, and that's how I was advertising like that, and then taking it off when I needed to have a clean Camry. But the magnet fell off on me. If you don't have it extremely tight to the door, you have air bubbles and gaps and dirt, then that magnet's really hard for it to stick. So going down the highway doing 60, 70 miles an hour, it'll blow off. It may have even blown off when I was going slower than that and just didn't notice it. You don't notice those magnets when they blow off. I didn't notice mine anyway. One blew off, the other one didn't. So I have one, and the other one blew off. So the truck, I threw letters on it. I say all of that to say that I brought letters for the truck with what I needed it to say. Diamond Stream, pressure washing, my info, some of the services that I offer. And the purpose of that is so that as I'm driving around, it can also be advertisement for anyone who needs pressure washing that might not have thought that they needed pressure washing. So they're like, oh, well, I wasn't thinking I needed pressure washing, so boom, let me take down that phone number for later, just take a picture of it. Some of the downsides of that, I need to be somewhat of a nice person when I'm on the road. And I say somewhat of a nice person. That does not mean you can act silly behind the wheel. Drive accordingly. Just because I'm in my company vehicle doesn't mean that you can act up. Don't do that. Drive right. But I don't like my info being out there like that. From an identity standpoint. But all in all, when you're thinking about just building a business and building that, yes, I do want my information out there. I do want to be seen in a positive light, in a positive manner. You can't win over everyone. Someone's just not gonna like it. Rather it's the guy who thinks I'm his competition, who doesn't believe that there's enough money in this business for everybody. I'm like, you can't take pressure washing out of business, really. I'm Like, people are always gonna have algae. They live in the woods, they live next to the trees. You're gonna have that algae and that green mold that we love to come through and clean up. You're gonna have it. So it's really nice, that we can all kind of get along. But I'm here at the food spot. I'll be back. All right, so I'm back / starting. This is also day 4 of my 30-day road to the 300s. Today I did recovery. I'm doing a simple split of legs, back and biceps, and then chest, triceps, and shoulders. On my leg days, since this is a 3-day repeat for 6 days, and on my 7th day, I do some type of recovery. I do recovery throughout the whole thing. If it's leg day, I'm looking at things that are for my legs, rather that be shadow boxing, jump roping, foot drills. I'm doing leg work. Chest day, I'm doing stuff that has emphasis on the chest. Back day and so forth, I'm just emphasizing more on those areas, not just, okay, let me lift some weights and target these. There are movements that I am trying to get back in my life that I've lost, and there are new movements I'm trying to give to my body to do and experience. So that is my ultimate goal, mission behind my fitness journey. I want to have fun. I want to have fun with this body. I'm only going to get the one. So I would like to show it some new things, try some things that are in my imagination that I would like to put out there into the world for real. And I'm very practical with myself. I'm not able to do those moves, those things quite yet. But through training and persistence and consistency, I'll get there. And you'll see it, I guess. I guess that's why you're watching, because you want to see me do it. If I can give any fitness advice to anyone that's watching a fitness person that they like or that they are inspired by, work out. Work out while you are watching the videos. If you have the ability just to watch videos during your cardio time when you're on the treadmill. If it's just someone you can listen to, then hey, bang out some weights, go for a walk while you're just listening. Because time really gets away from us fast, and time got away from me fast. But if you're actually working out alongside these people, you'll have your own progress along the way, and you'll be in a better position than you were the day before. Definitely. If you're not doing any working out at all day to day, you're just laying around doing nothing, you're not stretching, you're just going from the chair to the bed, to the chair, to the bed, you're losing a lot of mobility, a lot of flexibility, a lot of movements that are basic. I wasn't the biggest fan of squats and burpees to do them just as a regular count. Hey, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna do 3 sets of 25 squats. I wasn't the biggest fan of that. But you throw me at some of these warehouse jobs or welding, and I'm squatting by default all day. So these are those little things that, it's your everyday movement, and you do need to strengthen those things because, yes, I noticed that squatting at those jobs were hard. They kind of came natural or got better with time, because like, you know, like, oh, once you're at a job for 3 months, 4 months, you know, you get a little bit more efficient, a little bit faster. So it was a case of that, but I was also getting stronger if I dived a little deeper and took a look at a few things. So I am on that road now, and if anybody is wanting to come with me, watch it, feel good for me, then yeah, like you need to work out too. You need to join this and get moving in some type of way. Whatever it is you would like to do. If you just want to, you know, if you just want to run and not get out of breath, then work on the things that's needed to do to be able to run longer without getting out of breath. And you don't have to train on an extreme level. You can slowly incorporate the training into your life, into your day-to-day movements, so that the transition is smooth, like one of those TikTok transitions. You know, you're like, damn, that was a smooth transition. That's how fitness and the whole lifestyle change should be as well. It should be a very smooth transition. But that's all you get for now. Day 4, day 5 tomorrow. And we're going to get to it. All right, later. Hey, coming to you at close to the end of 2022. That time is here. Almost 2023, brand new year to keep moving forward, and more adventures, more avenues, more risk, more rewards, and seeing what life has in store for me and mine. A little bit of update about the pressure washing. I noticed that I haven't really spoken much about pressure washing in quite a while. Time really just gets away from me. I see my last video about that was like 2 years when I was in the Camry, and then 2 years just snapped and it was done. And now we're in 2022. I no longer have the Camry. It was involved in a car accident. Everybody's okay, but it was wrecked. But before the Camry was wrecked, and when it was still around, I was able to upgrade to a truck, a single cab pickup truck. I'll show you that. I've also been able to get my 4 gallon a minute unit. I have a soft wash unit now. I'll definitely try to do some video of the setup, of course, since this would be like an update on everything that's been going on. Still going strong with the pressure washing. I'm still not getting calls every day, but like I'm not getting those non-stop calls. I'm not to that point where I can be picky on the jobs in which I choose. I'm not to that point, no. But we are still to the point of getting our name out, getting our reputation out, finding good clients, offering them service that they need, and they are paying us well. Because we're charging well, we're trying to charge well. I'll have a whole nother talk about charging and all of that. There's tons of videos on it. What's up?
Can I borrow the pen?
The black pen? Got you.
Thank you.
So I got broke my train of thought. Forgot where we were at with it all. But as far as different people charging different amounts, everybody's gonna have their own views on charging. It really comes down to the life you're living at that current moment. I mean, as far as what your bills look like, you know, what you got going out versus coming in, and what type of money do you need to even make to even step into this world of trying to be an entrepreneur. So that's kind of, you gotta have those goals set first before you start figuring out how much is bleach and how much is this and how much is that. How much is your time worth? And that's the big thing. Um, a few people who have had successful businesses that I have spoken to face, because I can watch a ton of videos about a ton of people saying a ton of different things, but I enjoy meeting people, hearing their story, and actually seeing it, to actually do me a lot better as far as like taking people's word for stuff. Sometimes depends, um, but $50 an hour is a good place to start, um, and that's with you covering your taxes and all your fees, your gas, your expenses, a lot of different things. But if you're really trying to sell yourself on an hourly basis, $50 to $100 is a good place to start to try to be at for working on your own, even doing side work. Like, yes, you could be hustling, at a minimum wage job, making 950, 850, 725 an hour. You're trading that hour for your time, to better your life. You're going to work for a reason. So I know it's a big jump to go from $7 to $50, but like, this is where those skills come into play at. When people have select skills that they can do, people are lazy or they just don't want to get involved in certain things. It takes, charging $200 for a house washing versus them paying $800, $600 for a pressure washer, and then going out there and then spending 8 hours trying to pressure wash their house, where I'm to a point where I can come there and wash that house in about 30 minutes because I invested in all the equipment to be able to do that. And I'm still looking at more equipment, more investments, and more things to do. I feel like I went on a huge all around rant, but I think it'll help someone, all the information I give out, because these are just problems that I've come across and had to find solutions to, and still finding solutions. But other people might be facing these difficulties, and it might help them out. But growing day by day, doing some real good marketing, kind of just word of mouth. I don't know if this is worthy of a separate video, or if these should really just be up all together and just as a update period. But one big part that I like, as far as when I go to advertise, I have business cards, and I need to make flyers. Flyers are really be the easier thing for me, just to put in mailboxes and whatnot. But if you do any delivery service jobs, for any of the other companies, I'm not really dropping no names because, they're not paying. So I'm not really trying to throw sponsorships and stuff like that. But if you have different delivery jobs and whatnot, you know what? I'll drop one. DoorDash, because DoorDash was pretty good to me. But if you do like DoorDash and you end up at an apartment, then for that, in my line of work, I'd be like, when I drop the food off and stuff, I might see if there's somebody at the office that I could talk to, maybe, or if there's a manager on duty that I can talk to possibly offer my wash services to them. If I pull up to somebody that's at a house, sometimes I'll put my card with with the food, like not in their food, but like underneath the food. So it'll be like their food, boom, and then my card underneath, at the mailbox. I don't like to touch mailboxes as far as like opening them. So I'm really picky about that. I know some people might not come after me for touching their mailboxes, but it's a federal crime to touch people's mailboxes and put anything in them. So unless you're like a postal worker. So the proper way to really give to people in their mailbox would be to spend the money on postage stamps and all of that automated mailing services to get your flyers to them like that. But my plan is I like going to the neighborhoods that have like the little second opening on the mailbox. So I just put that in. So technically I didn't have to touch nothing. I just put it in the little open slot, but not all neighborhoods have that. So I do that when I do see them. But for those neighborhoods, if I'm doing DoorDash, I'll drop off to my first person, and then sometimes I'll pause the app and then just start throw my hazards on and start going door to door and put my card in people's mailboxes. And I haven't gotten any calls from those places, but at the same time, it's just a different. I'm at a different level at that time as far as having my cards didn't really have any mail on them. No, maybe. No, I was doing the video. No, you're fine.
Okay,
How bad?
16.
What's next?
I can try and retake it, but I'm really hungry right now, so.
What would you like to eat? What's gonna recharge you?
Food.
Anything we got? Let's... Back. Anything? I go door to door, put them in the mailboxes, and that would kind of repeat. You know, some days and the reason I linked it with DoorDash was so that I could technically be paid while being out trying to make more money because I'm trying to come back here